Hello there, hockey fans, and welcome. It is a new edition of Into the Wilderness. And with this show, we are going to dive into the final stretch of the 2022-23 season as we are recording this on the week heading to St. Patrick's Day. And a special weekend coming up there as the boys are going to be wearing some special uniforms and also taking on the Chippewa Steel. You've got a matchup there of the two hottest teams right now in the Midwest Division. Wilderness winning their last five, and Chippewa winning its last four. And so it should be some pretty good hockey there, and all kinds of things going on tied to the fact that it is St. Patrick's Day, and the team will be wearing these special St. Patrick's Day special edition jerseys. They're going to be worn this weekend and sold via silent auction. Also, coming up on Saturday night, after the game will be a skate with the Wilderness. So, a chance to go ahead and pick up some great memorabilia for the special holiday coming up this weekend. So, a little bit of details about what this team has been doing over the last few weeks. Of course, they just came back from Alaska and was able to pick up four victories. Uh, and extending that winning streak to five games, and also back-to-back Star of the Week honors. First of all, with Isaac Posh for the weekend against Kenai River, and then Sawyer Shoal getting the award for the weekend against Anchorage. So those guys leading the charge for the squad over those four games as they picked up back-to-back sweeps on the trip to the 49th state. Also, want to say congratulations to Cole Gordon as he on the week that was leading up to the weekend at Kenai River, he announced his commitment to Arizona State. So Cole going to be playing some college hockey with the independent program down there based in Tempe, Arizona. So looking forward to that from the commissioner, Cole Gordon. And also on the show, as you saw with the graphic that we had at the beginning, we've got Hunter Bulger and Michael Quinn on the program, as well as head coach Brett Skinner. Uh, Hunter suffering an injury at the during the weekend against Kenai River, and Michael Quinn had a fantastic couple of games up there, and actually on a pretty good run over the last few weeks. But both those guys, childhood buddies, going back to their time with the St. Louis AAA Blues. We're going to talk a little bit about that and get into some detail about how the team's been doing, and do the same with Coach Skinner as well. On this edition of Into the Wilderness, will be coming up next. Will be the talk with Hunter Bulger and Michael Quinn. And we are back on this edition of Into the Wilderness, and right now joined by two let's see, on your screen to the left of me is Hunter Bulger, and to the right is Michael Quinn. Glad to have you along, guys.
Yeah,
Glad to be
thanks for
here.
having us.
Thanks for having us.
And Hunter, glad to see you here, and tough blow to you on the Alaska trip,
Yeah.
but glad you're able to make it on the show because we wanted to get the St.
Yeah.
Louis guys on here.
Yeah. Gotta.
So why not? Let's go ahead and have a little fun here and just chat a little bit. You guys just got out of practice and got a coming off of the best. I got to say the best Alaska trip result that this franchise has ever had, going 4-0.
Mhm.
So that had to feel good to get four good victories.
Yeah, it was nice. I feel like team really came together and played a team game, got some wins.
For sure. Off the ice too. I feel like we got closer.
Sure.
Just
Well,
everyone.
you were on the ice for one of them, and
One and a half. One and a half.
sure.
Yeah,
So
but off the ice, yeah, it's nice being around the guys all the time in Alaska. Really get to bond and
Yeah.
kind of grow as a team,
Yeah.
and it
For sure.
translates onto the ice.
right. Yeah, you got a lot to see out there and a lot to really take in, and kind of cool to be able to do that as a team. You know. So just want to give folks a little bit of background on both you guys, and we will start with Hunter. And
All right.
so a little bit about you. In your second season of junior hockey, you got in your 100th game. That was pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Uh, and 21 goals over your career and 8 penalty minutes. So I wanted to tap into that a little bit. You've been, I guess you could call us Mr. Lady Bang out there.
I guess I don't know. I've always kind of been like that. Like I feel like I play the game the right way and try to stay out of like just taking stupid penalties for the team. Like obviously, coach he preaches team toughness and everything. And I feel like I've kind of just always kind of been like that my whole life. So yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, you can't really do a whole lot if you're sitting in the penalty
yeah,
box.
exactly. And I kill penalties, so and it
Exactly.
helps having me out there.
Yeah, better chance for you to
Yeah,
be able to kill those
yeah,
penalties and
yeah,
so and you got of all the guys on the team right now, you're the only one with a sort of shorthanded goal.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, what does that tell you?
Exactly.
Right there, that says everything. So,
Yeah,
but it looks like you excel being able to get out on that open ice. So
yeah,
when
yeah,
there's, not as many guys to crowd you and you can get out there
yeah.
and take advantage of those shorthanded chances.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it looks like, and I can't help but notice, when I was looking for pictures of you, it seemed like every picture you're smiling.
Yeah.
Even in the heat of the action, you're out there with a smile on your face on the ice.
Yeah. I don't know, just I guess that's kind of how I am as
That's
a
just that's
person.
just how you
I
roll, huh?
can't I can't get away from it.
It's been like that since we were kids too.
Yeah.
We got pictures from back in U16 of him smiling.
Well, let's show folks what you've done on the ice here. We talked about
All
this goal
right.
once before, so this was beginning of February and overtime game. Two teams that were tied for first at the moment, and you're going up against your rivals, Fairbanks Ice Dogs. And here you move in and you rip one, and it beats the goaltender on the glove side. And what a goal that was!
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, and we talked about that, but and I guess that's kind of that what we were just talking about in that open ice, a 3-on-3 situation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know, I just felt a lot of space. I feel like when I come up the ice with speed is kind of when I'm at my best, especially like shooting with speed. So I just kind of saw him like move his stick to the middle. So I just kind of use his like body and stick as a little screen for the goalie and just put
Hmm.
it by him. So
And Hargraves is not an easy goalie to beat.
yeah, he's good. He's really good. I mean, that Fairbanks team is really good too. So it was a huge win, and yeah, I was really just happy to get the win.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was when we needed against those
Yeah,
guys. You
yeah, for
got to get
sure,
the W's when you can
for
against them, and
sure.
100%.
yeah. So that was a big win, and
Yeah,
so that's and now I was curious, your development and growth this season. I know it's been maybe a different kind of team than what you had last
yeah,
season in North
yeah.
Iowa. But let's talk about how your game has evolved this season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, last year I almost scored 20 goals. This year I only have five. Like it's obviously that's tough to kind of go with, but I mean everyone has those down years or scoring slumps, which sucks. But like overall as a hockey player, like defensively, neutral zone, PK. I mean, I was in power play for a lot of the year. It's just like you just gotta kind of find other ways to make or be effective in the game. And I feel like I do that. So I feel like overall as a hockey player, I'm a lot better, especially in the D zone and neutral zone. Just kind of my stick's a lot better and reading plays and everything. So just that's kind of just my development of this year. I feel like
Right. And the team has evolved itself, but so you've had to get used to a few new, not, when you came into this team itself, you had to get used to
yeah,
guys. Middle of the season, again, around February, you had to
yeah, same
get
thing.
used to a whole bunch
Yeah,
of guys as well. So,
yep,
so it's a way to, I guess, your different styles of play you got to adapt to again, right?
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, kind of change on the fly, more or less.
yeah, exactly. Just kind of have to develop as the season goes on, or I guess make adjustments. So
Sure.
yeah,
All
for
right.
sure.
So, Quinner, let's go ahead and give folks a little bit of detail about yourself. And again, another St. Louis kid. And we got your totals from this season. And you've been piling them up this year with, was it last 5 games, 7 points? And really, the, overall, your thoughts on the way your game has excelled this season?
Yeah. I kind of knew coming in the season, like, I've always had like a bit of offensive ability, and uh, last year it kind of developed a little more defensively, and even at the beginning of this year, I kind of just struggled defensively just because, I'm a smaller kid. But I do take pride in playing defense, and I think the last month and a half, I've really focused on being more defensive. Packy has kind of been rolling me and Max out there with like a top line, so learning to shut them down and just play better defensively. I think that's
Hmm.
where I've really excelled. But I think that makes my offensive ability be able to shine a little bit more is when we're out of our zone, get in the O zone.
Right. Well, yeah, and like they say, everything starts in the defensive zone as far as getting setting things up for the offensive play there. And yet, at the same time, I guess as a puck carrying defenseman, you can't help but get yourself involved in the scoring plays.
Yeah, yeah. It's always fun, right?
Mm.
Getting up in the play, getting the puck on the blue line. But yeah, I think a lot of the offense comes from the power play too. It's
Mm.
always nice. I think our power play has been kind of rolling here. So
Yeah.
yeah, getting the pieces together and really connecting as a power play has been huge. But
Right.
yeah, always fun to play offense.
Yeah, I know you like being on the power play. I've seen that, and that's one area we've enjoyed watching out there. And I'm going to show you a highlight here. It wasn't from the power play, but it did get you in a situation similar to what you have in the power play. So let's go ahead and share that with folks here. This is from Eagle River going up against the Wendigo, and you out there, and I thought this was, you could call this almost a give and go kind of play here because Cosman comes into the zone, cuts back, hands you the puck, and you blast it. I mean, just an absolute rocket. Your thoughts here on what we saw here on this goal here?
Yeah, I was just trying to turn it up quick, catch him on a line change, and Bo made a really nice play, cut back, and I always like taking those one timers. I like just letting it rip. So it was nice that it hit the net and went in the goal.
Right. So we got a few defensemen out there that seem like they can shoot. You got Max, Ozo can shoot, Bo can shoot.
Both rip.
Both can
Uh,
shoot.
is Bo the one with the hardest shot, you
No,
think, or?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can just absolutely obliterate a puck out
Yeah.
there. Like he's a big boy, and he when he lays into it, it's I wouldn't get in front of it.
Maybe that conditioning he had as a football player over in
Yeah.
Arizona
Probably,
has something to do with it there.
probably.
But how much work do you guys put into that as far as getting that? I mean, I'm sure you're working on accuracy, but you're also working on power as well. I'm sure.
Yeah, I think power kind of just comes from either like it comes from the gym, but also just like repetition, getting the
Yeah.
feel and like
Muscle memory.
muscle memory to it. But like today, a lot of the practice was defensive stuff for the D, but we stay out there as a D cord and Skins runs us through shooting drills, so we're able to work on our shooting a little more.
Yeah, and the decor itself, especially on that trip, it looked like, especially I think one of the games there, you guys scored 5 goals. The decor had 5 point or 4 goals, and the decor had 5 points. So it's there was a bit of a time there when maybe with all the injuries and everything, maybe a bit of a lag, but now you guys are really clicking. It looks
Yeah, yeah, our decor is unbelievable. You got Goose, who's just like a great two-way guy, can really put up points. Bo's unbelievable. Max getting him from the USHL is great. Brian, committed to Michigan, young kid,
like.
but he's
Sure.
got so much talent. And then we got Leaves and Pejos, who just, they know their roles, they play it well, and they can shine out there too.
Right. Yeah, it's been fun to watch, and you know, you go through that period of time where you had more Ren was going, on you guys, and you guys were clicking pretty good, and now it's there were some bumps in the road there for a little while. You guys had that stretch there where you're having a hard time keeping leads,
Yeah. Injuries.
is and the injuries and all that. But what's changed here over these last few weeks as far as that mentality, as far as being able to hang on to those leads and even extend them?
At least for our decor, I think it's a lot of health. We went through a stretch there where every guy was battling an injury, and even coming back from injury, it's tough. Like when I came back from my MCL tear, I struggled early. I know
Mhm.
Goose was a little uncomfortable coming back, Max with his shoulder too, but now that guys are getting a few weeks under them, back in play, they're really starting to shine. And when it gets late in games, those injuries really start to creep back at you. You get tired easier, and so I think that us being healthy is helping a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
And the more you guys play together, the more consistency you can get, more
Yeah.
chemistry you can get.
Yeah,
Yep.
Plays a
Yep.
big
for
plays a big
sure.
part in it,
Yep.
right?
100%.
Uh, all right. So I wanted to, and well, before we get into that, the USHL kind of a situation, you with that background there, it seems like you, Ozo, and Posh, you guys have like a bond from your time with when you were in Sioux Falls playing under Coach Skinner.
Yeah, I think Skins is really what brings that bond because I didn't get there till late in the year, and Goose had his season-ending injury, so I didn't get to meet him last year. Heard all about him, great guy. And then Posh, I was only there for 2 months, and his English wasn't as great last
Mm.
year, and I was
You learned a lot. I
yeah,
can't
Yeah,
even
he's
tell.
good.
yeah.
He's
So
good.
his English wasn't as great last year. He's more of a quiet kid than he is this year. So we were good buddies, but not as close as we are this year, where we're hanging out every day
Mm.
and riding in the car together. But yeah, I think Skins kind of brought us together there. And we have that similar experience being in Sioux Falls last year.
Sure. Yeah, and then you get Sawyer Scholl into the mix here. I remember playing against him when you were in Madison last year, and he was a gambler.
I don't
Okay.
remember playing against him, but I probably should have.
Yeah,
Now that I'm watching him play now, he's unbelievable. Like
he's
he
caught on to the league, I guess.
yeah,
You know,
he dominates every game. He controls the pace. He does everything you could ask for. He plays D
sure.
zone,
He's
neutral
so good.
zone, scores goals,
Yeah,
makes plays. Like he's the perfect player.
yeah,
Right, right.
really is.
I'm trying to figure out a nickname for him. I think Showtime. Like Showtime.
Oh, I like that. I like
That
that.
work. That work. Yeah. All right. So I wanted to get a little bit about the history of you two. Being from St. Louis, of course, your his
Oh yeah.
was part of the St. Louis AAA Blues
It's
squad,
gross.
and you are the Blues Bros. There you go.
Yeah,
So tell us about that time back in 1819 where you guys got to play together.
yeah,
Really good team. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. We were a good team.
yeah, bronze and natties.
Yeah. Uh, I got lucky enough. Like I don't know if I exactly should have made that team at the beginning of the year as kind of a younger guy, underdeveloped, but coach picked me to play up with that team, and I kind of developed throughout the year and started to shine a little more
Yeah,
towards the end of the year. But yeah, that was a really good
yeah.
team. We had some unreal players on
It's
that
back
team.
in my day.
Yeah, that's back when Bulger was putting up 100 points a season. But yeah, no, it was a good team. I think that was one of the better teams I've ever played for.
Yeah,
It was
skilled.
really fun. Yeah,
No, I mean, I don't know. Ever since then, really, we've been really close friends too. Like we
yeah,
hang out all the time. I mean, I'm really close to his family. Same as close with mine. So
yeah. We spent a lot of time
yeah,
together back in St. Louis
yeah,
over break. Spent
yeah,
just about every day together.
yeah,
So yeah, really good buddies.
yeah.
Thanks to that season.
Right. Yeah. So you build that bond. Did you guys know each other before you played
Like a little
together?
bit,
Not really. Like
like
we knew who each other were,
yeah,
but we
but
didn't really like.
talking and yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever talked to
friends.
him before.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
I didn't
consider him
really
a
like him
friend until
before. Yeah.
that. Yeah,
All right. Yeah. So and you guys kind of kept track in between
Oh
from that
yeah,
time before coming here.
yeah.
I kind
It
of
was
followed the junior career a little bit last
yeah,
season
it was
too.
nice. He's a like year older in hockey, but we were in the same grade, so we were able to stay in high school together. We didn't go to the same high school. We had the same friend group.
Or
yeah,
Shattuck, right?
yeah,
Yep. Even when I went to Shattuck my junior senior year,
Okay.
but my freshman sophomore year, we still like that sophomore year is when I played with him. That's
Hmm.
he was still in my same grade, so I'd see him around, and
yeah,
we had the same little circle kind of. So
yeah,
that was nice.
Right.
yeah,
And I hear about this Christian Brothers High School, and it almost seems like it's a kind of school that's made for a hockey player with a name like that,
yeah,
with the Christian Brothers hockey
yeah.
sticks and all that. There no ties to that, or what? Is there any affiliation at all
What do you mean?
with your school and the Christian Brothers company with the hockey stick company?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay,
No, I don't think
I
there's
didn't
a
think so,
tie.
but
I didn't
but I
even know there
mean,
was a
with
company.
the fact that back Christian Brothers, they uh, formed up in Warroad, Minnesota, and
Really?
yeah, it was like the first big hockey stick company based in America.
I didn't know.
It
Didn't know
blows my
about that.
mind. You guys have never heard of it, but they
Yeah,
like yeah, I guess with all of they excelled in making wood
Power.
sticks, but I don't think they adapted to the change in the.
yeah,
Yeah,
But Dave Christian, who was on the 1980 Olympic
yeah.
hockey team,
Okay.
his family was part of that.
gotcha.
Was whole part of that
Oh, sick.
company. So yeah, so sorry. So there's a little history lesson for you guys and for
Yeah.
the folks out there. Yeah, Warroad, Minnesota. So. But yeah, so but I hear about a lot of hockey players that come out of there, so that get into the
Oh yeah.
NA. So
Yeah, well, a lot of kids from CBC, especially like the 19 class and then my class 21. We were pretty good, but
right.
yeah.
What kind of stories can you guys share that that are friendly to a family audience between you two since over the years that maybe from your AAA Blues days that I mean who's the biggest smart aleck
Um,
who's
I don't know. We just like kind of do a lot together. Like
Yeah, like
our groups, like we go to concerts. We went to Zach Brown band this summer. Went to Lil Baby. It's like we just always hanging out on
yeah,
the
like
weekends. We work
I
out.
just work out together,
Yeah,
sure who
skate
can bench
we
together.
more?
skate together. And
Me.
You can. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
there
you
you
know,
go. Of
little guy
course.
over there. We'll see if
yeah.
he can sauce a puck
A
though.
lot of power packed in a smaller package, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's before we move on, I just wanted to just ask you here real quick your status right now. I mean, if you tell us about the injury real quick, we don't want to dwell
Oh
on it
yeah.
too much, but what is it that got you out of the lineup here?
Oh yeah, we were playing Kenai Saturday, and I like kind of made a move towards the middle, and guy just kind of clipped me in my leg, and we went knee on knee, and so like at first, like I thought it was just kind of my leg because it was pretty swelled up and stuff,
Yeah,
but doctor think it's like a partially torn tendon in my quad that connects
Yeah.
like my knee and quad, and I get an MRI tonight, so I guess we'll
sure.
see.
We'll
But
see what the status
it
is
is
and
what it
how
is. I
long.
mean, it's part of
Yeah,
the game, so
it is. And I'm
yeah,
surprised that those knee on knee things don't happen more often.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're,
I mean,
That's
I
how
mean,
I,
he
that's
got a
how
couple, yeah,
that's how I tore my MCL
what
yeah,
was that?
down in Springfield.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, no, well, geez, another thing you guys have in common. You just shouldn't be mimicking each other's sports, you know? But yeah, you know, and this is like hockey, it seems like the only game where that is something like that is possible because there isn't that much high speed
Yeah,
acceleration collisions like that you see. Maybe I mean,
Yeah.
football, you see
yeah,
everything,
yeah,
so maybe
Yeah.
you can see it there. A couple of receivers, a receiver and a defensive back going in the
yeah.
opposite
Yeah.
A little
directions. Maybe you
dangerous.
can see that. That'd be about the only place that I can see it happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you know, I know you know, I was just curious. I wanted to just get your guys' thoughts on a crazy scenario that I thought up here. And so, breaking news in another universe: Connor Bedard joins the NHL, and you're gonna be going up against him in the playoffs. How do you defend this guy?
Uh, I don't know. I think
You don't.
you don't. He would he'd tear us apart. I think if he played in the null and played a full, I don't know, 60 games, he'd probably have 250
Uh,
points.
Yeah,
He's ridiculous.
conservative.
so
He's an
good.
unbelievable talent. So
Yeah,
like, be pretty tough to defend him. I guess just follow
yeah,
him around the ice. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
yeah,
Like, don't
Triple
let him
team
get a
him.
power play. Don't let him on the power play. That's what my thing
yeah.
would be.
Five men in a box surrounding him somehow,
Yeah,
box him out, and
it'd be good.
Yeah,
yeah.
play
So
him hard, hit him.
I know you guys are St. Louis. I'm guessing you guys are St. Louis Blues fans,
Oh
the
yeah,
NHL. So, and I think they're in the running maybe for the lottery
Yeah,
to possibly
yeah.
bring him. What would that be like to know that you've got him coming into your teams?
I mean, it'd be
That'd
huge. It'd be
be
huge for
that'd
the
be
fans. I
crazy.
mean,
I
yeah,
don't know if it would happen, but
yeah. I don't know. I
that'd be
mean,
unreal. We got Jimmy Snuggerud too,
yeah,
the Minnesota kid
Oh
it'd be
yeah, yeah.
good.
who's unbelievable. So yeah, that'd be
It'd
pretty
be
sweet.
huge. Yeah,
I mean, all of us that have teams. I'm a Red Wings fan that you know look like they're not going to make the playoffs. We're all kind of
yeah. You want him, right?
Yeah.
inching your way up
Yeah,
in that so all right. So this weekend, you know, Chippewa, we know this team well. We know their smell. So, what do you think? You know, with this team, now they got Guyon back. Of course, he had all the publicity from the World Junior Tournament. And what do you think? Are the keys there to beat Chippewa?
I think just like playing our game. I think the last few weekends we've really just stuck to our game plan, played as a team, and I think when we're at our best, we're playing our team game, and everyone's getting a piece of the pie. And
yeah.
I think if we play that way, we can
Even
pull off some
before
good
that,
wins.
like when we were losing leads and stuff, like we were still playing good hockey games. It's just like lapses of like 5, 10 minutes
Mm,
that cost us, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It's we're playing a full 60. We're not taking 5 minutes off, letting them score a few goals. So
Yeah,
I think it's yeah, just play consistent,
for
play as a
sure,
team.
for sure.
Sam Rice has been there, big guy as of late.
Yeah, he's
Put
been
up
playing
quite a
good,
few points, and so one guy to look for as well on there as far as their. I mean, they've got a
yeah,
lot of offensive
for
skills
sure,
there. So.
for sure, sure.
And it's you'd think it's probably going to be playoff intensity because they've got to
It's
win.
gotta be.
Yeah, I think every game
Yeah, every
here
game
on
from here on
out.
out.
Yeah, it's a really tight division, so
Mm,
every game kind of feels like a playoff game.
sure.
Yep.
Well, you're back within striking distance of first now, so that's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
big
I
motivator
mean,
too, eh?
yeah, huge.
So you get that situation there where, if you can win out, I mean, you could say you're controlling your own destiny, you know, because you got them coming to your with the Wendigo in a few weeks coming into your
Yeah.
barn. So
Yeah, I'm excited for that
Be
weekend.
fun.
yeah, of course,
Yep.
eyes all on Chippewa, and
Yep.
either of you guys Irish, and you guys are going to be wearing those St. Patty's
Irish.
Day
I can't.
jerseys.
I'll be out.
I'm Irish as well,
You
so
are okay.
yeah,
Everyone from St. Louis
yeah,
is.
yeah,
Is that right? Okay.
yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
We're gonna get we'll see if it happens. We ordered Brian, the ginger on our team. We got him a leprechaun hat for the
Oh,
weekend, so
Oh
jeez.
yeah.
we're gonna try to see if Skims will
Too
let us
funny.
have him drop the puck or do the puck drop wearing the hat this
I
weekend.
think
We'll
you did
see.
mention something about that.
Yeah,
That might be something that'll happen. We'll see. All right,
yeah,
guys.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you for having us.
appreciate you coming on and
sure.
and sharing the stories of back in your day of
Yeah.
your 16U days, and
Yeah,
looking forward to more memories. Want you to recover
Oh
quick
yeah.
here,
Yeah.
Hunter, and
Thank you.
hopefully you'll be
Thank you.
back and back
Yep.
soon. And you guys continue this run.
yeah,
Yeah. Thanks.
All
yeah.
right.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
for
us.
having us.
We'll be
Yeah.
back with more Into the Wilderness in a moment. Hello and welcome to this new edition of Into the Wilderness. As we have Coach Brett Skinner here with us, as we are going to go over the trip to Alaska and just really all the news that's been going on with the team as of late, and just lots been happening with this team. You look at what we've got with the Alaska trip, and Coach, first of all, congrats on a 4-0 record. First time ever that we've had team come through with a 4-0 mark on the trip to Alaska.
Yeah, thanks. Obviously, good effort by the guys for the whole time, and I think everyone enjoyed their time up there at the same time. So some good team bonding, and always nice to come away with the wins.
Right. And I noticed on the graphic that we have for you there that you are wearing. I just wanted to throw this out there. You are wearing number 4, and uh, that, of course, a number that's iconic when it comes to hockey. Was that a number that you wanted, or how did that work out for you there?
Yeah, so I wore 4 in college. I wore 4 at the University of Denver. 4 was, probably my favorite number, but like you kind of said, tough to come by in hockey. So when I was a rookie in trail, I was 24, and then I went to Des Moines. The number was actually retired, so I was 24 again. And then the timing with college is basically if a senior is cycling out with a number, you have a limited amount that you can choose from, and 4 happened to be one of them. So I got real lucky for my college number, and then through pro hockey, it's scattered all over the place. But obviously, a good omen when I showed up with the Islanders and was number 4. I figured that might be a good fit, so I ended up playing a few games for them.
Worked out all right. And uh, why was it that you wanted number 4?
Well, obviously, there's Bobby Orr, kind of the legendary number 4. My dad was a big Bobby Orr fan. Yeah, I don't know, just a number that I was just kind of gravitated towards. And, I think there's a little superstition there. You play well in certain numbers, or certain numbers look good on you. And I wore 44 actually, quite a bit as well in my career. So something about the 4s that I seem to play some decent hockey in.
All right, yeah. Well, 4, of course, Bobby Orr, that was the one that I was kind of leaning towards. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Miles, anybody else that you enjoyed watching growing up playing hockey?
I mean, not specifically number 4. I mean, guys that I watched growing up that I kind of, looked up to, Scott Niedermayer, 27. I actually wore that one time in my career too. In pro hockey, a lot of times you don't necessarily get to pick your number, which is kind of interesting. Um, Trying to think of some other D when I was younger. I mean, obviously Paul Coffey. Um, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I was necessarily like a fan of one team, which I maybe means that I didn't have a favorite player either. But growing up, I was actually a big Mark Messier fan for whatever reason. I think it's because the first NHL game I ever went to was the Jets versus the Oilers, and Gretzky was injured and in play. So I think my dad had me focus on Mark Messier. So yeah, I ended up being a big Mark Messier fan when I was a kid.
There you go. All right. So let's go ahead and share with folks what this team was able to do up on its Alaska trip. And there we got some of the highlights. The team going 4-0, and uh, you get Star of the Week honors for Isaac Posh and Sawyer Scholl. New acquisitions came up big, of course. Scholl with 9 points over the 4 games. Bo Cosman, 2 goals and 3 assists. Max Wattville as well. A good performance throughout the 2 weekends, and Nick Erickson getting his first win in net. Overall thoughts on what you guys did up north, Coach?
Yeah, I thought you can kind of take a step back and look at the scores and maybe have a sense like it was easy or we dominated or something, but they were really good hockey games. Tight checking. Something that we were kind of adjusting to as a team with some of the additions that we had, and maybe as we were getting healthy on the back end, was our ability to score has increased a little bit, and our ability to kind of gain leads. Which you think back to the first half of the year, yeah, we might have been in first place and we were winning some games, but there were a lot of really 2-1 hockey games, a lot of overtimes, a lot of shootouts. And so we were kind of adjusting there for that 5-game stretch where we weren't winning to how to play in those types of games when you get a 3-0 lead. And I thought our ability to stick with kind of our process, and obviously a part of that is having the ability to put the puck in the net, but get some leads and learn how to kind of hold on to that. That's kind of been the maturation of the team here in that trip. And I think obviously those new guys play a big part of that, but I think it was just a little bit of growth from the team, which you're maybe developing into a better team, but you got to take a step back sometimes. And then I think even when we weren't winning, our process was obviously really good. It was just kind of learning how to hold on to those leads, and I think obviously when you're missing half your decor, that's going to make it more challenging. So I think just getting guys up and running, healthy, and then not only back but kind of in a good groove.
And one thing I noticed was you had some pretty good contributions as well from your defensive core throughout the weekend. You look at Saturday night, they were involved in all 4 goals, a total of 5 points, or I'm sorry, for Friday night against Anchorage. And then for really, it just seems like throughout the entire weekend you had, uh, at times it looked like not just the Ozelins and Quinn, but of course you had Wattville also contributing. I see Carson Liebert also picked up an assist as well. Evan Payos contributing. So anytime I think when you can get those guys in on the score sheet, it seems to be a big benefit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, for me, the style that we want to play, I think our D need to be involved in the offense. A couple of those are just even transition plays, which I think lends itself into our offense as well. Just trying to efficiently move the puck, play fast, move the puck fast, get the puck up ice fast. And some of those points came that way. And then it's a little bit of our identity shifting here where we were able to get a lead, but then instead of maybe squandering a lead, we could kind of grow our lead, and there were some points to be had in there as well where there's an empty net goal and those types of things. So for me, obviously I was more of an offensive defenseman. I think in my 6 years of coaching, I've always even with forwards, it's a blend of when you're in the defensive zone, you want to play defense, but when you're in the offensive zone, you want to play offense. And I say the same thing to the defenseman. If you get the puck on your stick in the offensive zone, I don't think that it's a recipe for success if we're going to play 4-on-5 in the O zone. So everyone's got to contribute.
Sure. Wanted to play one highlight from last weekend, and this is, you could say it'd be one of those goals that was mainly meant to kind of keep the other team from coming back, and where last few games may have been one of those, may have been a situation where they were on their way to mounting a comeback, and this may have been one of those goals to kind of stem the tide there. And this was one scored by Bo Cosman, and give you. I guess one thing that I notice here, you get Bo Janzig chipping in there. They work it along the boards,
Yep.
uh, and Bo makes a great pass here to Kevin Marks Noren and cashes in, and really just a bang bang play there, and really looked like a great effort to the guys working it out of the zone to make that thing happen.
Yeah, I think as you look at that clip, it starts in the D zone and being able to defend well, and not an ideal kind of start to the clip where they're changing sides in the O zone and it's hard to defend off that. And I thought we did a good job kind of recognizing that and collapsing down and causing a turnover. And then you see the play Gordo makes, to get the puck out, kind of that North mentality. And Kosman kind of jumps on the puck and wins a 50-50 battle, and I think has the poise and kind of wherewithal to get his eyes up and his head up. And Kevin, you could sit here and do all the skill sessions you want, but Kevin seems to be really good at finding those soft spots and being in the right place at the right time. And obviously, Kosman being able to find him, is one thing, but Kevin having the ability to put the puck in the back of the net was obviously a big part of that clip.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get it to anybody and you want to pick anybody to have the puck right in front of the net, obviously Kevin's the guy. But I just love the hustle that you had from Bo going after that puck in the
Mhm.
zone and just getting to that first, being able to make that play happen.
Yeah, I think in the whole clip, it kind of speaks to the aggressiveness of. You talk a lot about playing fast, and people do think about transition and but defending fast. I thought that we were quick to lose pucks and efficient with the puck, kind of getting the puck up ice. And Gordo made a nice play on the wall, but then it's there's one-on-one battles all over the ice, and that's kind of the message to the guys. It doesn't matter if we have the lead or what the score is. I think you put that effort in, you'll be rewarded. And Bo, along with everyone else on the ice at that time, but Bo kind of wins that 50-50 puck battle and gets rewarded with being able to make a nice play and kind of putting the icing on top of that one.
All right, and now looking at what we got as far as standings here. Now all alone in second place. I think when you started this trip, you were tied for second with Fairbanks. Now a 5 point lead over the Ice Dogs. They're in third. Move a little bit closer to Wisconsin for that top spot there at 65 points. Obviously, the focus is Chippewa this week because that's your next opponent, and they've got a 4 game winning streak. You're on a 5 game streak, and I guess we'll start with Chippewa. They've been able to put together a nice little run, and that seems like they're clicking with their offensive firepower and their goal. Adam Guyon seems to be on his game. This next weekend coming up here, a couple of key games.
Yeah, for sure. I think you look at we've talked about the last couple of months the way that this division is right now. It doesn't really matter who you're playing. It's going to be tough games, and I think the standings there speak for themselves when you say that. We're coming off playing Springfield, who's in last on that list, and split with them at home. So obviously, we've played Chippewa a handful of times now. We know what they're all about. Where they're in the standings. They lost Guy into the USHL I guess on the World Juniors for close to 2 months there. And they have him back. He's obviously, someone who's probably an NHL draft pick this year, and is a really good goalie. And just like every team in this division, they're coached well and they'll be prepared. So it's definitely going to be a tough challenge for us coming off this Alaska trip with all the travel and stuff coming back.
And when you look at that at the standings, and you know, and you look at the number of games you got coming up here, you got two with Wisconsin. I know we don't want to look ahead, but one could almost say that you control your own destiny here because you've got those 2 games against Wisconsin where you can make up the points on them. How would you react to that idea that you guys control your own destiny here to win the division? Or is that really a priority considering on how much parity there is in this division where anybody can beat anybody, and that you could really count on that in the playoffs as well?
Well, I think for us all year, our kind of main focus has just been what's in front of us, and obviously just touching on Chippewa. That's what our main focus as a team is. I think collectively, though, as a team, we do have high expectations for ourselves, and you're sitting here saying you have a chance to um, accomplish something special. I think that the boys, would agree with me that that'd be something that we're certainly, going to give our best effort. But when you sit here and say it's in our own hands, obviously, Wisconsin's a very good team. Their record in the last, I think, 25 games is really incredible. And for us, going from first place to second place, if you look at our points percentage, it's probably been pretty consistent. They've just kind of out, um, their points percentage has been higher. So, when we play them, obviously that'll be, it'll be like Chippewa this weekend. It's gonna be playoff type hockey. When we played at Janesville, wherever we are in the standings, obviously you're looking at these teams and how tight it is throughout the division. That whatever wherever we're sitting in the standings, it's probably pretty likely that the teams that we have remaining, they're going to be fighting for their seeding. And hopefully we're in a position in a few weeks when we play Wisconsin where we can control our own destiny and come away with a few wins.
Absolutely, yeah. And then you look at, I mean, yeah, you can't count out anybody, and you consider Janesville went ahead and beat Wisconsin last weekend. And obviously not a team to take lightly as well. And you got 4 games coming up against them, so it's going to be a battle all the way through. We can count on that. So wanted to touch on real quick with Cole Gordon getting his commitment to Arizona State, and that's huge news. You consider what Cole, just the heart and soul of this team and a great leader, and great to see that he's heading to Tempe to be a Sun Devil.
Yeah, obviously really excited for him. When they kind of reached out and wanted info on him as a player, the type of player they were looking for is exactly what he was. They wanted size down the middle, some toughness, skating, someone who's going to compete and work hard. And said if that's what you want, then Gordo's your guy, because that's what he is for us. And I think he's going to similar role that he plays for us. He'll go on and be able to do with them. Where it was kind of a message to our guys too. I think it's human nature, or maybe it's an age thing where it's all about points. How many points do you get? How many goals do you have? That's how you're going to get your commitment. But really, Gordo's having a good year point wise. I think he's showing an ability to put the puck in the back of the net, but that didn't really come up at all in the conversation with them. The points speak for themselves, I suppose, when you just look at on the app or the website. But a lot of the talk was about his character, his leadership abilities, his dedication, those types of things, and he's off the charts in all those categories. So as an organization, he's a guy that has been here for 3 years, and to be able to move him on to the D1 level, I think everyone in the organization took a lot of pride in that.
All right, very good. And so wanted to wrap up with this because we've got St. Patrick's Day weekend coming up here, and everybody talks about luck of the Irish. And even if you're not Irish, you probably want to generate the luck of the Irish. And Coach, first of all, do you have any superstitions? Anything that you try to, any habits that you put forward every day to try to generate a little luck?
Yeah, well, I would be shocked if there isn't, you talk to a player who isn't at least stitious. I would put myself maybe stitious plus, maybe not superstitious. But I don't know. You get into these weird things during a season where whether it's where you ate for lunch, or, a suit that you wore as a coach. I definitely have my fair share of those for sure. I don't think I'm completely off the charts with that stuff, but definitely maybe more habit, healthy habits
Mm.
that if something went wrong in my daily preparation, or there was a change, it certainly wouldn't shake me to the point that I would think we are going to lose because of that. But at the same time, I definitely find myself as being pretty habitual within the season, and I don't know if that's just a coping mechanism for a long season or what. But yeah, I would say I definitely fall into the category of stitious plus.
Vicious plus. Okay, all right, good deal. And so the and you hear people that have had a lot of success. They'll tell you, um, that there is a way to generate your own luck, opportunity and preparedness, or just just different omens like that. But how do you see that as far as, because that philosophy there, as far as because obviously luck plays a part of things, but obviously there's more to that.
Yeah, I mean, this, if you talk to my dad about it, it'd be like opportunity and skill.
Hmm.
Where you could sit here and say, "Oh, that was lucky," but did you put the time in and get the opportunity, and then you just kind of showed what you were capable in that moment. Obviously there's luck involved with some things, and maybe you look in sport and lucky bounce or whatever you want to say as far as luck is concerned. But there's always that the hard work that comes in kind of to get to that spot, and to be able to always have the skill and ability to kind of finish on things. So I guess you want the lucky bounces, and I think probably in sport it's always a fine line, and that it's maybe easy to kind of pin it down on luck, but at the same time, knowing the amount of work that especially our kids this season have been putting in, that we'll take all the luck we can get, but we certainly we're putting the time in and the work in so that we don't have to count on it as much.
Absolutely. All right, you gonna be wearing any green then? You guys are gonna be wearing the special St. Patty's unis. So what about you?
I
Anything
don't. Yeah,
special for you?
I'm guilty of maybe a little bit too much navy and gray and black in my wardrobe, so I'll have to see if I can scrounge up some gray somewhere to put something on. But hopefully I can get a little green on there. Otherwise, I know the St. Patty's Day jerseys look really nice, and Boyd did a good job with those. So looking forward to seeing the guys in there, and probably have Lonnie drop the puck with the red hair, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
get he'll do the ceremonial puck drop hopefully, and yeah, we'll be looking good for sure.
Awesome. Well, maybe a hat would look good on you.
Yeah,
Put one of those
yeah,
green hats,
yeah,
that
yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know. All right, coach, appreciate it. We'll see what hopefully we get some good luck this weekend, and looking forward to it. We'll see you at the rink.
Yep. Thanks, Marty. Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with more Into the Wilderness in a moment. All right, we are back to close out this edition of Into the Wilderness. Again, a special weekend coming up here, leading with St. Patrick's Day. The special uniform is going to be worn there, that'll also be sold via silent auction, and also Saturday night special skate with the Wilderness. We've got a whole slate of games coming up here to close out the season. Still 10 games left on the schedule for the regular season. Also, want to share with you some of other news happening with the team. Some new owners were announced for the squad. Barry and Brenda Bowman now leading the charge for the Wilderness, and we welcome them to the Wilderness family. Also, the team is right now getting ready for the special party that'll be going on, the end of season party. That'll be April 8th. Raffle ticket being sold for that. So go ahead and gobble those up and get a chance to win some great prizes. And also, you will also coming with that, you'll be able to get the dinner that comes with that as well. And also, tryout camp signups are underway. Those camps coming up in June, the pre-draft camps. That'll be held in Trenton, Michigan, and Hudson, Wisconsin, along with, that's right, Las Vegas, Nevada. Going back there to go ahead and find some talent for the 2023 24 season. Finally, here is the schedule coming up here. Again, Chippewa in town for St. Patty's Day weekend. And again, the Wilderness wearing those special unis. Janesville will be here the following weekend. The Wilderness go to Janesville the next weekend. The final home series will be against Wisconsin. That'll be a Thursday, Friday set, April 6th and 7th. And then the Wilderness will close out the regular season in Chippewa Falls against the Steel on April 14th and 15th, and still hoping to clinch a playoff spot and continue the season from there. So, all kinds of good hockey coming up. We hope you enjoyed the program. I want to thank Brett Skinner along with Hunter Bulger and Michael Quinn for being on the program. I want to thank Pete over at Cat 7 for putting us on the air. And if you are watching on YouTube, go ahead and give us a like. In the meantime, we will see you at the rink.